Welcome, adventurers, to the next session of our official campaign. Oh boy, this one's gonna be glorious. When last we left our heroes, you were woken in the middle of the night by a familiar voice. It was the little goblin Veabat screaming and explaining something hysterically to Kaelran, who was trying to calm the little goblin down. As it turned out, the little goblin found his precious shiny, and with it he also found the secret location of the Nosmer. Just before you return to bed, a mysterious pillar of green light emanating from the ground into the sky in the general direction of Hammerdeep appeared, which raised some concern amongst a few of you. You all look at each other, right? You see Jametysta kinda staring in the distance with a very worried look on her face. Not looking at the pillar of green light, actually, but that's something else. You are way too tired from your experiences in the immaterial realm, and even though you feel like you should really discuss this, you slowly pack your things, right? And Kaelran is also, yeah, we'll definitely have to talk in the morning, but everybody's tired at this stage, so you return back to bed. You are restless for obvious reasons.
I asked Kaelran before we go to sleep.
Yeah?
Is there gonna be morning?
Good one. Calvin, like you, I am extremely distressed with what is happening. From my own personal experiences, when the ground shakes and mysterious pillars of light appear, it is never good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do now. We'll rest and then we'll talk about this in the morning, and we will definitely discuss it and come to terms on how to approach this problem. With that, you return. You are restless, but you manage to get some sleep, although the quality of it is questionable.
Well, I have blunt force trauma. I'm definitely fell asleep.
Oh, no. Waking up in the morning, you wake up fairly early in the morning, although you were pretty exhausted, right? You're nervous. You go down. Actually, no. You go outside from your place, and you see where the Voidbreakers are actually all gathered together. Kaelran is already discussing with them, you know, what happened yesterday during the night. You arrive when he's finishing with discussing with his fellow guild members, and he looks at you, welcomes you all, dismisses the Voidbreakers. They go on about their own business, and he greets you and asks you if you had a good night's sleep, and by the look at his eyes, you can see that, like you, he didn't really sleep that well.
Not really well, laddie. Worried about my brothers, you know?
I know that all of you wish to go back to Hammerdeep. As far as I'm concerned, I can send a small contingent of Voidbreakers to assist you. I would rather stay here for the time being because my business here is not yet finished. If you wish to go now, it can be arranged. Do you wish to go now?
I mean, we still haven't finished our own missions here, so maybe
it's
we
up to
should
you,
rest a
right?
bit.
You are members and Knights of the Ecclesium. I cannot tell you what the right decision and how to proceed. I'm just asking, right? I'm offering my assistance, and if you do wish to go, I am offering a few of my Voidbreakers to help you.
I would like to go, but look at Taracald.
Garvan Destiny token.
Is there any chance that you maybe have your own blacksmith or someone who fixes? I don't know if you remember, but my armor is pretty damaged.
If you need it fixed, I can arrange it with the local smiths, and it'll take some time, and obviously it'll take coin.
So since a lot of things happened, is there a chance I can get back to Voidbreakers?
Garvan, as far as I'm concerned, you never stopped being my brother. What I did,
Dear.
what I did, I was forced to do.
Oh,
I was in a precarious situation where I had no backup. I had no coin. I needed to establish the Voidbreaker presence here. We needed something to survive. And I was told, I wasn't asked, I was told by the authorities of this place that you, as a group, and he mainly points at, you know, you, Bolan, and gestures with his hand to Oracle, who is back, right, rummaging through his place. I was told that you and Orlos, who isn't here, I was told that you need to go. Right? They actually wanted to do something else, and to which I protested, and we kind of met in the middle ground. You had to leave, but they didn't do what they originally wanted to do with you.
Wanted to kill us.
In so many words, yes. You greatly violated their customs, their way of life, and insulted some of the most powerful people within Rezax. And
they greatly violated dwarves of this land, so they kind of had it coming.
I may agree with you, right? I mean, I've seen through my stay in Rezax, right? I've realized that their stories do not really, you know, they're not completely honest, to put it, you know, mildly. And I'm pretty sure that the Ecclesium and most of the dwarves actually know about this already, because they have traders here that are trading with Rezax. They must have their reasons, and the Ecclesium must have their reasons why they have not reacted in any way, because trading has been going on for quite some time between Rezax and Lormark and Hammerdeep. And we're not talking about few years, right? We're talking about a decade or more. So again, I'm not gonna go into any of that. It is not my place to do so, but I was left here alone, and I had to do what I was told. You, Garvin, you know better than most that in life, oftentimes, you have to do things that you don't really want to do. It is what it is.
I would like to go to the temple.
Can I come back in with the coin?
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
Right? He looks at you and he says, how much do you have, Oracle?
50 gold pieces.
He does this.
That's it. That's all the
I'm good with the blacksmiths. I'm not that good.
You would need a dwarven hand to fix that rubble you made there. Imagine how much these ones are gonna rip you off.
That's it, that's all I have on my person.
Nobody else has any coin to help you.
Hey laddie, I have no money. I'm humble these days.
No, I'm not gonna ask for money, it's okay. We're gonna fix it when we come to...
What do you want to do? Well, what, you want to risk it and having your equipment betray you during combat?
Well, the one protected me this whole time, but it is true what you're saying, and I agree with it.
The faith is a great shield.
I know,
why not put an extra layer of protection, you know?
Yeah, I understand. The thing is, Jametysta, you by any chance don't have any magical abilities of repairing
Unfortunately. No.
Kaelran?
What?
No. No, have
Seriously, Oracle?
See, Kaelran, you see, as a knight of Ecclesium, they always try to get something free.
Kaelran takes the coin from Aracald and uses some of the coin given to him by the group earlier on as well. As he leaves, Jametysta once again says that she wishes to go to the temple.
Do you mind, guys, if I'm gonna just go to the temple? I would like to see it from the inside.
I would like to accompany you.
That's not a bad idea.
Very bad idea. I don't want you guys to go to the temple. You know what happened last time.
Bye, guys.
Would you like to join us, Garvin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust myself either. I find what's the worst thing that can happen.
Oh no, Okay, let's go to the temple, I guess.
While walking towards the temple, Jametysta suddenly feels as if she is being watched. She puts her hood on and observes her surroundings, but she cannot see anything out of the ordinary. The feeling of being watched, however, stays with her. As they reach the temple, the group sees various notice posts located near the entrance of the temple. They also see that the authorities of Rezax are now warning the populace of Nosmer activities on the island. They also spot an interesting wanted post regarding a Dragonkin commander who, together with his company of soldiers, deserted from the Dragonkin army. The group leaves the area in front of the temple and enters inside it. A service to the Draconic gods is currently being performed within the temple. Once the temple service is over, Bolan goes to a secluded spot outside the temple.
So, here in the corner, there's some nice piece of stone I can just kind of like chip off, right, with my mace. So I do that, right? I made a small prayer, and I put the part of the ancient dwarven stone in my pouch, right?
Okay.
And then I just go back, right?
He slowly started to take the walls off.
Like this, it shall be reclaimed.
It has begun!
It has begun.
Mark this date. It is the 14th of Primdag, right? The first month. It has begun. The moving of the walls.
And if I got the chance as well, right? When I chip the bit, I try to make another, symbol of the one scratched into the stone.
Scratch every stone with the symbol of the one.
I'm doing Lord's work.
Very nice. Bolan, you get a destiny token. You feel very pleased about yourself currently, right? And you're kind of like giddy, you're giddy when you have the little pouch with you. A piece of ancient dwarven culture with me forever. By the time you were doing that, right, the service finishes, the people leave. The High Curate is then leaving with the rest of them, and then he looks at you. And then, on his face... Oh, this way. Then he does this, right, and just turns around and starts leaving.
The moment he made that face, hello.
He doesn't respond. He's just leaving around, right? He's going over to
I know
to
he understands us, so it's very good.
Here.
Go back into the temple and actually pray.
In the temple and see.
Are we sure everyone left?
Oh yeah, you go there and you see everybody's left, right?
Bolan, it's time. You can hold a prayer for all of us.
Oh my god, you don't want me to do that, dude.
We want you. It's time.
Since the temple is empty and there is nobody, it's time to pray to the real God and not some fake one that they pray to.
Yeah, I do walk in. Right?
Okay.
We did close the door. Yeah.
Oh, you closed the door. Okay. You're passing this area, right? And you clearly see by the craftsmanship of these two statues that they are not the original part of the rest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bolan sees Garvan pointing like this.
Hold the mass for us. Let's go.
Everybody, roll me perception.
I got 10 maximum!
What
I got
do you
5.
have? You have D2 or D4 for awareness?
Sorry, I have D2.
Oh, I'm blind.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled an 8, okay.
Okay,
I'm
Oracle.
rolling mine.
I did maximum.
Oracle, while looking at this area over here, just for a brief moment, like less than a second, it looked like the inscription on the stone tablet was shimmering just ever so slightly. And since you are a spellcaster, you know instantly that there is some sort of an illusion.
I will just say, I think this is an illusion right here.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna just go towards it, and I'm gonna try to touch it and see what's gonna happen if I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you touch it, nothing happens, right? Nothing happens.
I hit it with my hand, you know.
You see, it's rock. It's fine.
It does, yes. As you hit it with the hand and everything, right? It makes the sound that a rock being hit by a fist would make.
I am gonna ask.
Proving my point that it's not an illusion.
Why would you think it's some illusion spell?
Something just the stone shouldn't shimmer.
What are you
Maybe
talking
there
about?
is
It
an
doesn't seem
ancient. Maybe it is an illusion to mask the ancient dwarven inscriptions, and now it's written in all this gibberish, heretic gibberish.
Bolan had a destiny token.
You aren't.
I just know that for a brief second I saw I saw shimmering light there, and stone should not produce light.
Can I touch it and cast the identify?
Yes. You touch it, you cast identify, adjust your resource points, and you instantly know that the stones here are under the effect of an illusion spell, belonging to, obviously, the School of Illusion.
You are right,
It's the
Arakel.
illusion.
It is an illusion.
Even though it's an illusion, right? I try to run my fingers, you know, if I can sense the cracks in the stone to discern what was originally written on it.
Ooh, Bolan, another destiny token. You take off your glove, right, and you start doing that, and you concentrate heavily, right, heavily. And then suddenly you realize, oh yes, you can feel the indents inside, and they are different from what is shown here. And you're slowly going, right? And as you're touching it, you are a dwarf instinctively. Instinctively you connect with the stone there, and you know, yes, this is the stone, this is a part of it as a whole, right? And you're going through and you notice some ancient dwarven ruins actually underneath there instead of Draconic inscription, that is, right? Then you want to touch the upper part, so Garvin lifts you up a little bit, right? And you're going over it. You're touching everything, and then after 10 minutes, right, you go over it all. You can't really be sure what exactly is written here, but you're fairly certain that you realized some things from touching the proper indents, right?
You can see me, right? You can see me.
Okay?
You know, I cannot extend my hands long enough. I wanna hug the whole wall, right? And I'm just like stuck to it, you know, and I'm like, oh, lads,
Calm
I'm
down.
losing it, right?
Calm
I'm
down.
losing my
What does-
fucking sanity here.
What-
-1.
What does it say? What's happening?
Bolan, what is it?
You, laddie, it was Duranir the Merciful himself that was buried here. His remains were here. His sanctified body was laying under this sacred ground. And I'm shaking, and as I'm talking, you know, like I cannot like keep
When
my
he said the
composure.
name,
You know?
I'm probably like jaw dropping as well.
Yep,
Are you saying a saint?
Yes, he
Lassie.
mentions the name Duranir, right? Within the Ecclesium, he's known as Duranir the Merciful, a close friend of Saint Mordel. Saint Mordel was the dwarf who basically, from him, the faith in the One started. He is assigned as the first great prophet of the One, right? So this, the Duranir the Merciful, is considered to be one of his close friends and a saint as well.
Like,
Wait,
Poland,
you're telling me
Poland has
we are
lost it, right?
We are
No, just
standing on the one of the most sacred grounds in our own history.
Yep.
Know what you're
Okay,
talking
I'm losing it again. Like I'm down on my knees. Like this is not happening. Like,
You care to explain?
I am gonna take a step back and do they have a seats over there?
Yeah, yeah, you see behind you, right?
Yes,
Behind
I'm
us,
gonna
but
just
no, we
sit
are-
down.
Listen here, laddie. Listen here, Garvin.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
It was one of the most important men in the
Dwarf.
whole faith.
dwarf.
Dwarf in the whole faith of the One. He equals Saint Mordel laddie here, and his body was buried here. His
Who's that
sacred
other guy?
remains were here.
Intimate knowledge about him has been lost due to the Draconic. So it is widely known within and regarded within the Ecclesiarchy that he was a very, very important figure, right? Unfortunately, why is lost?
Poland, do you know what this means? We may uncover ancient and lost, forgotten texts about him.
I turn to Jametysta and I ask her, is this what you're looking for, lassie?
Yes, it might be.
Looking for what? Like, I turn around.
I believe we should just have a talk.
So, since I was eavesdropping, I know.
I know.
Apparently, right here on this island, there seems to be a cure for the taint, and I think, I mean, what can be a better cure for such a foul plague that can befallen us than the remains and the sacred bones of the Saint Durumir? Hi, laddie. You know that the bones of the sacred ones always hold some special,
It's not only his
power.
bones. It's the artifacts he possessed. It's the things that were in the
His
past.
body is an artifact, laddie. His finger has more goodness in itself and mercy,
Yes.
as he was the merciful, than the whole continent of Arterius.
True.
Bolan gains another destiny token, if he can have it. And now, suddenly, the words of the dwarven souls suddenly go through your heads again.
Man.
And
That
you
it was
remember,
pillaged, yeah.
you remember that they specifically said, special and holy artifacts and items of great importance for the faith, pillaged by the Dragonkin. They tried to prevent
Stop
it,
them.
and that's why they banished them using foul and demonic magic.
And then in that moment, the Poland and I look at each other, realizing that. And you see the anger, a little bit of anger and disgust on Arakal's face. Like,
In the name of God, in the name of God, in the name of God, we come to heaven!
But much resolve.
much is all
That spell was thrown by the Dragon King.
You cannot know for
Because
sure, but you assume, yes. When you casted Identify on the stones,
Yeah.
right, you realize that the illusion spell is affecting not only the stones but your surroundings as well. And as you're talking amongst yourselves, right, you hear the front door being open, and then a few dragon can enter and they're looking at you suspiciously. You can see by the equipment that they carry that they're cleaning. They're gonna
Yeah,
clean
I
the
just
place.
wave,
The Draconic cleaners escort the group outside the temple. While discussing what to do next, Garvin suddenly realizes something and beckons the group to follow him where the notice posts in front of the temple were located.
It was always strange to me how it looked. What if this was actually a door and not a notice board? And it went underneath the temple. It sure looks like an entrance.
I knock with my mace on the wood.
Interesting, Garvin.
Okay.
You gain a destiny token. You knock on the wood, right, with the mace, and it does make a noise that would be produced from wood. Although when you kind of bang it at different places, right?
Yeah.
At one
It's
stage, it makes a noise that that metal on metal would make. So mostly it was wood, and then suddenly in the middle of it, right? Boom, like a clang, right? Metal on metal.
My suspicion confirmed.
See, I didn't even see it. Like, good one on ya. Very nice,
Exactly.
laddie.
It is wonderful, yes.
You're turning into the paladin of the one every day more and more.
What do you mean? I am a paladin.
Yeah, come on, aye.
His powers are growing. Yeah.
Jametysta, while all of this is happening, you suddenly realize actually that there was a warmth emanating from your banner this whole time, right?
Okay.
And you didn't even realize it, and you're just like, ooh, the banner is pretty hot actually, for some reason, and it should be cold. It's steel.
Whoa.
I'm thinking we should leave this place and discuss the next step, where we are sure there is no one around, and that we are safe to chat
How about we?
and to make some plans.
How about we go and enter the crypts now?
It's the middle of the day, Garvin. It will be way too suspicious. It will be. They would accuse us of destroying property.
Aye, that cannot be. No.
No.
No, we cannot do that yet.
Okay, you follow Jametysta, who suggested a cup of tea back at the Voidbreakers headquarters. You all gain an experience point for discovering this.
Am I still feeling like I'm watched?
We have made
Yes,
the guild.
you lost the feeling when you entered the temple, and as you left the temple, the feeling is back.
Weary from feeling watched all the time, Jametysta asks the group if they can go back to the Voidbreakers headquarters using a different route. The group agrees, and they go around the marketplace. While nearing the brothel of Rezax, our adventurers suddenly spot a large group of local dragonkin encircling the entrance of the brothel. Female screams and sounds of whipping can be heard coming from that direction. The group decides to investigate the commotion.
Heads are gonna roll.
Okay, Oracle moves to the ground, through the crowd. Garvin, I'm assuming
Same.
you as well.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Bolin as well, Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm behind, yes.
Okay. You're kind of a little bit behind the lads, right? But they kind of move through the crowd, push them aside,
No.
right? You come to the front, right? And you see 3 females, 2 elves, and 1 dragonkin, stripped naked and being held by other dragonkin and whipped by another dragonkin, right? And the dragonkin is laughing and shouting something in a language you can kind of figure out it's Draconic. You've heard it so many times, right? But you don't understand what he's saying. You look around the crowd, you can see that there's some females with children, right? And they're just like cover the face of the kids and just take them away. On the opposite side, you even see some Dragonkin soldiers and and Voidbreakers with them on patrol, and you can see the Voidbreakers like doing this. And some of the Dragonkin soldiers are also kind of looking in the ground. You know, they're ashamed, while there are others who are like cheering them, and some Dragonkin in the crowd also like cheering him on.
Can I do something before it
we do something
explodes?
Okay.
Sure.
On us.
I see Garvan,
Yeah.
like he's slowly leaning forward,
No,
right?
you see Arakel doing that before him. Actually.
Garvan was in the process of casting the
Let's say
simple
Let's say at the same time you see Garvin and Arakel with a very angry face, kind of like going forward, and you know the shit's about to hit the fan, right? You have one thing you can do, right? Jamie and Bolin, you have one action to do.
So all the women, Dragonkin women that are being whipped are kind of like in the middle, and
There's
it's
one
one
Dragonkin
No.
female
And
and
2
2 elves.
okay, so 3 of them, right?
Yes, 3 of them.
And they're all getting whipped, right?
Yes, a little bit. He
In-
whips a little bit. This one
Yeah,
says
yeah,
something
in
loves
between-
them. This one.
In between of them, I'm casting a symbol of hope with the sigil of the one.
Oh!
So they get healed. They get
Nice.
healed, right? The
Okay.
girls get healed straight away,
Uh-huh.
and that's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. Jamie, you
am
also get one
Yeah.
action.
I am gonna look at my banner whether it like shows anything.
No, it's
don't-
not showing anything, and it's now once again cool to the touch. Voidbreakers look at you, Bolin, and they're kind of like they know what you did.
I am gonna, since I've seen what actually happened, right, that he killed them.
Okay.
I am gonna stand my ground.
I'm phase walking,
Where
and I'm
exactly?
gonna teleport to the motherfucker with a whip, and I'm
Okay.
just gonna grab his hand and like,
And look him in the eye.
The group, using Jametysta's comprehend language, learns that the dragonkin that was whipping the females is the brothel owner. He was punishing his slaves for refusing to obey him. Our adventurers have words with the owner, But since he was, under Dragonkin law, doing nothing wrong, they are asked by the town patrol to leave. Still, the brothel owner did stop publicly whipping the slaves, and the adventurers take it as a win. They eventually reach the Voidbreakers' headquarters, and Jametysta makes some tea for the group. The feeling of being watched, however, continues even inside the headquarters. Despite this, Jametysta proceeds to explain to the group a bit about her past. She starts by telling them where she is actually from. Jametysta explains that she hails from the human kingdom of Abandon, located far from here. She was once a member of the Archons, a mage guild that was tasked with investigating strange ruins that were discovered on the eastern edge of Abandon. The ruins turned out to be infested with demons. She and her companions decided to oppose them. During their activities within Abandon, she met the paladin Hormat, a knight of the Ecclesium who proved to be a valuable ally in their fight against the demons. Hormat was the one who procured the mysterious banner that she now carries with her. After a while, Jametysta and her companions realized that the danger they were in was far greater than they thought. The ruins were infested by demons, true, but they were led by none other than Baal, the archdemon of lies.
That was where
Paladin,
Archdemon wanted to take control of and possession of souls in order to open the portals of
Archdemon.
Yeah.
You see,
You think
everybody
why?
worried when Jametysta says Archdemon and she just casually continues on.
Yeah, it's just one of those guys.
Is right?
So you see that shaking and that green light where I thought Bale is gone?
Once again, Bolan and Arkham are like, wow, and she's just casually, oh yeah, Bale, you know, the one of the 7 archdemons.
We came to knowing each other, so we are on the name, kind of, you know.
The first name
Oh shit! You see, Garland is just like rocking his head forward, backwards, like he understands everything that's happening and what she's talking, while having zero idea what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You're fighting the Bale Archdemon of Hell.
No, she defeated Baal, the Archdemon.
Praise be
Well,
the one
so we thought. So I thought. But it looks like he's not been defeated.
Let's see, to defeat an Archdemon is...
No small task. Just
I mean-
to be standing in his presence and being alive after.
you are really favored by the one to be able to even speak with us today after you met him.
Jametysta continues on explaining that Baal managed to summon multiple eyes of profanity, mysterious and foul objects that amplified his power and increased his influence over the material realm. Because of this, the Taint appeared in Abandon. She, with her companions, managed to gather enough allies to assault these eyes of profanity, and was able to destroy 2 of them. Yet, in the end, it mattered little. Time was not on their side, and Baal was close to physically manifesting himself on the material realm. With no other options, she and her allies assaulted Baal on the material realm inside the ruins. With the power of mighty artifacts that they had acquired, they managed to summon Reguel, the Archangel of Hope, who sent Baal back to Hell. But the price for their victory was high. All of her companions, including her, died. And yet, she now walks the material realm once more. Before she could continue, Arakel, feeling humbled by the whole story, interrupts her.
When I hear basically all of that, I just come near and I like bow toward the Jametysta, like I'm honored to be in a presence of someone who was graced by the one in such a manner.
Suddenly you all feel sick to your stomach. Everybody roll me a DC 10 Blight save.
Oh no, I don't wanna roll. I don't even wanna roll. Can I not roll?
You suddenly feel all like you're both mentally and physically assaulted at the same time. Jamie, you start vomiting. Literally, you lose a hit point. Okay, and now everybody give me a DC 14 mental save.
What the fuck?
You're fucking crazy.
I need to roll maximum for that.
Yeah, same. I just rolled maximum, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Okay, so those that just failed but did not critically fail, they lose 1 sanity point. You hear a chilling voice within you and all around you. You will come to regret your words, Oracle, servant of the tyrant. Jametysta, you will still serve the master. We have not forgotten. You are ours. The ground kinda slightly shakes around you, right? And then suddenly demons manifest on the material realm next to you.
Yay, and we don't have armor.
What?
Hello, boy.
Hello, darkness, smile.
The demons that have manifested are Rezial brutes, led by overseers, the same ones they recently fought on the immaterial realm. Luckily, only a limited number of them managed to manifest on the material realm. Unluckily, our heroes do not have their armors equipped, and the demons managed to seize the initiative. Utilizing their shields and maces, they quickly assault the adventurers. Bolden receives multiple hits, and it seems as he will fall to the ground.
Wait. I have divine protection. So once I'm dropped to 0 hit points, instead I return to 1 hit point.
Another blow is directed at Bolden, but he manages to block that one with his shield. Jametysta suffers a lot of blows, but before she is overwhelmed, Bolden casts Curative Word as a reaction, and she remains standing. Garvin resists a shield bash attempt and parries a mace attack directed at him. Unfortunately, before the adventurers managed to regroup, Jametysta suffered a critical hit by an overseer's spell attack. She drops prone on the ground and starts dying.
That's okay, boys. I was dying so many times. I'm somehow came alive. It's fine.
one shield bash on Oracle. It is a physical contest.
Yeah. I fucked. Yeah. Fuck it.
You cannot parry this one.
No,
you
it's
see
I
3
can
wounds.
reroll it, but yeah, 3 wounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. That is their turn done. Your turn. Movement phase.
Can I move a little bit to the middle?
Nope.
The adventurers stand their ground and finally respond to the demonic assault.
Okay, action, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Empowerment on myself only, because
Okay.
I don't wanna affect the demons as well.
Okay. Quick action.
Yeah.
And quick action, I'm attacking the guy that attacked me.
I'm gonna do just one action, and a quick action. Obviously, that's gonna be a normal attack. But as an action, I'm gonna cast an fully empowered divine flame, which is a centered square,
Okay.
which is gonna burn Aracal as well. But
No,
these
Aracle
three,
will start teleporting. Don't worry about it.
these 3 demons as well.
Don't worry, Aracle will start teleporting.
Okay,
He won't be
okay.
affected by it.
And as an attack, I'm attacking the guy with the staff. Well,
Okay.
normal attack.
Yeah, the overseer.
Yeah.
Okay, Oracle.
Oh, Aracle will use his Sacred Step spell. And I will start teleporting and... well, two attacks, and as a quick attack, I'll again attack the Overseer.
You mean as a quick action? You will
Quick
attack
action,
the
yeah.
Overseer.
Yeah.
Right, so you first attack the Overseer and then start teleporting. Where exactly are you gonna teleport and where exactly are you gonna end?
So first of all, when I'll cast the spell, I need to first teleport. So I will affect this one. I cannot. This one with the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will teleport behind this one.
Ah, okay. Attack
And
him,
then-
and then it's
yeah,
a quick
the-
action. Okay,
yes,
I got you.
That's
Gotcha.
what I'll be doing. So can I move myself?
Yeah, you can move yourself over there.
Okay.
Right.
Garvin casts his spell and augments his offensive capabilities. Sadly, his attack is ineffective against the heavily armored Rezial. Jametysta continues on dying on the floor. Bolin successfully casts his spell. A wave of heavenly energy leaves his body and obliterates two of the brutes. Before it could affect Arakald casts his Sacred Steps spell and teleports around, avoiding Bolin's spell, and ending behind the Overseer that he was facing moments ago. These two actions are so beautifully executed that even the demons are left stumped. Unfortunately, Bolin's melee hit is also ineffective against the heavily armored Rezial. But Arakald's hit... Oh, Arakald. One may already consider Arakald as an experienced exterminator of demons, thanks to his previous fight against the Rezial on the immaterial realm. Arakald's attack is a critical hit. He viciously strikes the Overseer at his back and deftly finishes him off.
While I do this, I'm just gonna say the one sent his regards.
And I'm, as a GM, gonna say
for me.
teamwork makes the dream work.
Say hi to Bale for me.
Said he's next.
Okay, this actually turned from a shitty situation to a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Except for Jametysta, she's still lying on the ground.
That's okay. That's okay, guys. I mean,
You rest this one, I rested last one. You rest this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's their turn. Is attacking with both of his attacks. Garvan, one is a shield bash, one is a normal attack. This one smashes Jametysta in the face with her mace, and that's the third fail that save, so he kills you. And then he grabs your staff. Your bag.
no, he cannot. Oh, fuck.
Garvin resists the shield bash attempt and parries the Rezial's mace attack, striking the Rezial brute with his long sword in the process. Due to his Eldritch Runes class feature, Garvin treats hit targets as if their toughness rating is worsened by 1. This, in combination with the power of his strike, is enough to instantly kill the Rezial brute that dared attack him. During the following few moments, Arakald, Bolin, and Garvin charge at the Rezial brute that grabbed Jametysta's banner and kill him off. Seeing all of this, the last Rezial brute left disappears from the material realm, retreating from battle. Bolin then approaches Jametysta's body and casts Revive. Since she was dead for less than a minute, he successfully brings her back to life. The group then casts healing spells amongst themselves. Jametysta notices that the awkward feeling of being watched is gone. Kaelran then barges into the room with a few Voidbreakers, expecting to see an ongoing fight due to the sounds of combat heard outside, but finds only the adventurers and a half-scorched room thanks to Bolin's spell. The adventurers then collect the demonic dust left by the defeated Rezial and start explaining to Kaelran that they were just attacked by demons that somehow managed to materialize in the material realm. Something that should not be possible without a rift or a hellgate.
To have some sort of a portal or a gate or a rift or something that will bring them onto our plane of existence, aye? And if they are here now, which obviously they were, that means that that portal is somewhere here.
Oh, if you don't believe us, like this is a demon dust, so...
Ooh. You don't think the green light yesterday?
Yes.
We are
Yes.
all in great danger. All. I mean
All.
all. I need you to arrange for us a meeting with the leader of Rezax.
I will see what I can do.
The adventurers give Kaelran a small pouch filled with demonic essence as proof of their struggles. Proof that Kaelran can present to the authorities of Rezax. Kaelran dismisses the Voidbreakers, but stays himself inside the room.
Kaelran stands next to Jametysta. Lady Jametysta. I
Kaelran.
have a feeling these demons are connected to you, are they not?
I'm afraid they are, and I'm afraid Bale He wants to get his hands not only on me, but on the banner I'm carrying. And he's sending the demons.
Is this gonna be a reoccurring theme? You fighting demons? Them manifesting on the material realm? Do I need to post guards?
It might...
You probably should do it just in case.
For the time being, I will have 4 of my members serve as your bodyguards, escort you while you're staying in Rezax, and I will organize some sort of watch while you're sleeping at night, just in case.
The adventurers continue on discussing with Kaelran if he should inform Christoph about what is happening here. Christoph is the second Grandmaster of the Voidbreakers and is currently located in the human kingdom of Mortal. The adventurers agree to informing him. Kaelran then tells Arakald that his equipment is left with the local smiths for repairs. Arakald then mentions that he saw the brothel owner on the streets. Arakald curiously asks when exactly.
When we were passing by, doesn't matter, it's just... When I saw him whip somebody, like, outside, just
So
Really?
his dominance.
Who?
You're,
And you can see he's getting agitated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who did he
Like
win?
two elven and 1 dragonkin.
your boys didn't tell you.
Not yet.
My boys? What do you mean, my boys?
Well, some of your boys were looking at it there as well.
No, they were on a patrol.
Aye.
Oh, the
we-
patrol is, yes, the patrol is gonna be back just in the evening, right? So they can't really, while they're on patrol, they have to serve the town of Rezax. But really, so he was whipping, really?
Publicly, yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
we put a stop to it.
Oh, so he publicly whipped two elven slaves and another one. Really?
Dragonkin slay one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Turns around, right?
My bad.
Okay.
Kaelran, I don't know, but something did stop me. I was so close to just cut his head off in front of everyone.
No, that would be bad.
To
Real
which he replies, much to your shock, you should have. And then he leaves.
Yes!
Kaelran, I am glad you. Next time I see him, he's dead.
Destiny token to the GM of appropriate. Thank you.
Yeah, he's leaving. Yeah, in a very quick pace.
Oh god. Oh,
Okay.
I think we're soon getting out of here, so might as well do everything.
I think the whole guild is getting out of Rezax.
That's why we need a meeting before that.
The adventurers spend the rest of the day relaxing and talking to the Voidbreaker guards that Kaelran assigned for their protection. The adventurers ask about Veabat, and the Voidbreaker guards reply that he has left on a mission for Kaelran and taken more Voidbreaker goblins with him. Later that night, Bolin and Arakald contemplate upon the stone from the temple that Bolin chipped off in an attempt to discern more about the relics of Saint Duranir. In their contemplation, they hear the 3 righteous dwarven souls that warn them that the relics are no longer present on the material realm. Garvan attempts to communicate with the god of death and receives ominous warnings as well as some information on his true nature.
I've spoken to the god of death. We need to help Kaelran with everything he does.
What
Because he does it to protect this land, and we need to help him.
Explain more.
Protect this land.
What do you mean?
That is all that I know.
Wait, you have spoken with your spirit, with the god of death, and
The one?
to the one?
The god of death.
Yes,
Yes,
the one.
The one.
No,
Uh,
the god of death.
so wait,
Yes,
you're
the
not...
one, the god
wait.
of everything, the creation, the death, the life, the plants, the trees, all
That's
the
why.
kin
That's
and
why
animals.
we call him the one.
The one, only one true God that created everything, the master
Exactly.
of life and death.
How do I break this to you?
Look, laddie, I know it's
I
been
know
called
the God
differently
of
by
death.
different people. I know.
No.
It's called differently by
I
different
I
people.
trust you guys.
So,
I trust you guys with everything, but The one and the god of death are apparently not the same.
So you're saying that you're not serving the one.
They do the same. They have the same goal to protect life.
And you're not the paladin of
Wait, the one! So, like, I
Yeah.
don't understand, laddie. Look, you
He's not the one.
can call him as any way you like.
Oh god damn it.
He is a Hexblade. He's serving a spirit stone. Or whatever.
I, Paladin of the god of death.
No,
Does
yes,
that
no.
okay, does the god of death has a name?
The one.
I never remember to ask.
Can I ask you, how did he look like? What was he wearing?
Yeah, did I see anything
No,
or just
you just heard the voice.
voices? Yeah. Okay.
How did he make you feel in his presence, in his voice?
He always makes me feel good and calm.
Special.
Wait, you said that Kaelran made you into a paladin.
Yes, because Ecclesium didn't want to.
Oh, okay, but shouldn't Kaelran know?
I suppose.
What exactly did the god of death tell you?
That
Except not trusting Kaelran.
that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and that we have Norse Meritar doors. And I told him that I already know that because they're fucking here. We killed a bunch of them, and we know that there are more of them here. So,
Okay, what
and that
else?
they wish to destroy this land,
We know that.
which
Okay.
we obviously know already since we met them.
Did he tell you why do they want to destroy it since all the artifacts are gone?
Nosmer
These
Lassie
guys
are here
fucking
for the
balls,
souls.
God. Yeah.
They're here for the
sorry.
souls.
Yes.
Yes.
The slaves.
Also, what did you mean by Kaelran wanting to save this land?
That's what the god of death told me. That Kaelran is here, and he will save this land, and we are to help him.
Okay,
I
it
am
seems-
obviously
Well,
as well.
it seems to me that your god of death worry more about Kaelran than he worries about you.
Oh, he worries about this land, and he worries about life as well.
Okay, I understand what you're saying here, right? But do you really hear yourself what you're saying? So you're basically saying that the one spoke to you about Kaelran, who is serving the Ecclesium and is looking to save all of these lands back to the one's heritage as it always were. That's basically what you're saying here, laddie. So yes, we're on the same side.
Yeah. I know. Whatever his god of death is, he has.
It's the one. He just chose to show himself, and that's how this poor little fella, and I tap his head, understood it.
You
Come
actually-
here, let me give you a hug.
You-
and
you-
I hug him.
You
I
tap his
hug him.
chest, right? That's as much as you can reach.
Yeah, well, we're sitting, so, like, I come and I hug him, I give him a proper hug, like, so he feels the emotion,
Yeah.
that I'm with him. I'm there for him,
Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to say one thing as well. When I spoke to the god of death, he said that he is one of many. Yeah,
Excuse me, what?
What?
yeah, that's what he said.
Wait, you're saying that there are multiple gods of death?
That
I
sounds to me
suppose.
more like a rider of apocalypse than the god.
And that we are connected
The what?
more than I.
Jametysta, what?
Jametysta explains that an entity exists, a creature fused from the souls of many brave warriors, including her former companions, called the Rider of the Apocalypse. This creature came into existence after her fight against Baal, and now protects a rift between the realms through which demons are trying to enter into the material realm. She needs the bones of a saint to seal this rift, most likely the bones of Saint Duranir. Uriel, the Archangel of Death, will use them as a focus to mend the barriers between the realms. This is her true mission. This is why she was brought back to life by Uriel after being defeated by Baal. Tomorrow morning, the adventurers have breakfast and notice that Kaelran is nowhere to be found. They did, however, see Isolde, Kaelran's human lover, and a lieutenant within the Voidbreakers, wearing her plate armor, something that she has not done recently, as told to the adventurers by the Voidbreaker guards. Suddenly, as they are having breakfast, our adventurers hear screams coming from the outside. They rush out, only to see a distinct lack of guards and to hear signs of battle coming from the lower parts of the town. They then see civilians running away in terror and slamming their doors shut. The adventurers start panicking, thinking that the town is under attack by the Nosma. After quickly investigating an empty guard post near them, they observe the town from a vantage point and see that most civilians are running away from two positions, the marketplace and the temple.
You run towards the temple, right? This is another 8 minutes. Temple doors are completely open. You see blood splatters and clear signs of battle, but you don't see anybody there.
I'm gonna run inside and I'm gonna see
You rush inside and you don't see anybody physically inside. You do see blood and more signs of battle inside as well.
Wait, guys, wouldn't they be attacked by those demons? We were attacked yesterday. We didn't even know they are following us.
Arthbill has enough power to summon the whole army of demons inside the city.
How sure are you? Because his power is constantly growing.
It's either marketplace or the other side of the temple.
Okay,
towards
marketplace
the
is where my armor is. I need to get there.
You rush from there. You rush towards the marketplace. Give me a perception check, all of you. Ooh, this is gonna be a hard one. DC 10.
Ooh, I can't get it.
I can't get it either. I can only critically fail, which doesn't
I
matter.
can't get it, yeah. I
Jamie.
can't get it.
DC 10 perception check.
Yes! She got it!
As you were rushing from here, right, and going towards the marketplace, you saw, rushing in the opposite direction, some of the Voidbreakers and some hooded figures together, right?
There, I'm gonna shout. I think I've seen a Voidbreaker. I'm not sure. He was rushing with someone.
Do you try and rush towards them, or do you go towards the marketplace? As you are saying this, you see shouting and you hear shouting, screams and signs of battle coming from somewhere here towards the marketplace and in the general direction of the brothel.
Fuck!
If you saw hooded figures, let's follow them.
I am now literally counting seconds, right? And they are going in game time.
Hey,
right?
we are sticking together, right?
Yes,
We are not getting split just to make sure we're not gonna
guys, let's
die.
follow the Voidbreakers.
Fuck! Fine! Let's follow the Voidbreakers.
After 12 seconds, you agree that you're gonna follow the Voidbreakers, and you start rushing towards where you saw them.
The adventurers try and catch up with the Voidbreakers, but they lose them somewhere in the outskirts of the town, in the area where the Rezax peasants live. Disheartened, the adventurers go back to the marketplace. They find a lot of Rezax guards at the marketplace. One of them is a human, seemingly slightly injured, who they talk to. After speaking to the guard, they realize that the town was attacked by the aspirant cultists, who seemed as if they appeared out of nowhere. The adventurers thank the guard for sharing this with them.
I thank him for the information and...
As you're saying that, right, you see a contingent of guards rushing, right, towards here, and then shouting something with the other Dragonkin guards. The human is looking at them worryingly. Jametysta, you understand what they're saying. The High Curate is missing! The High Curate is missing!
Yes!
Yeah! Boom!
Motherfucker! Yes!
Boom! Praise be the Lord!
Maybe you should check the brothel. What the fuck was the brothel?
Yeah, let's go to the brothel.
Okay,
Let's go to the
you
brothel.
go to the brothel.
I would like to get in.
Right, the guards,
You can definitely.
the town guards are kind of saying something in Draconic. Jametysta understands that you cannot enter. There was a massacre in here. Go away.
Jametysta, can you translate for me, please? Tell them this, right? First of all, this was an aspirant attack, and we were employed by the town of Rezax and the High Lord to help locating and battling aspirants. You are now officially in our way of conducting our business of investigation of finding out where the actual location of aspirants is. Please step aside and let this investigation continue.
Destiny
I'm gonna
token for
translate
Bolan.
it.
Destiny token for Bolan. Jametysta translates it, to
Yeah.
which this one points his spear towards you, Bolin, and says something. Jamie, are you translating?
What is he saying?
Watch your tone with me, dwarf. You were banished from the city of Rezax once. You are no longer employed by the authorities of this town. Step aside.
I am gonna translate it.
Are you threatening an ally of the Dragonkin?
Yeah.
Are you threatening the Knight of the Equestrium right about now?
What do you translate, Jametysta? Everything?
I am translating everything.
Okay. Allies or not, you are interrupting official business. You have nothing to do here. Step aside.
The adventurers go back and forth with the Dragonkin guards, but get nowhere in the end. They leave, not wishing to antagonize the guards further. They did, however, learn one key information while talking to the Dragonkin guards. The attack on the town was not a massive attack performed by an overwhelming force. Rather, it was small pockets of aspirants attacking key locations at the same time. The only thing that the adventurers do not understand is, why would the aspirants attack the brothel? After all of this, the adventurers decide to check in on the families of the Iron Bull's mercenary company. Before they could do that, however, they see some Voidbreakers hastily walking towards their headquarters, so they follow. Yet, when they reach the entrance, they are stopped.
You are standing in front of the entrance. There are two guards. Surprisingly, one of the guards is a lieutenant. This is not normal. You have never seen a lieutenant guarding the entrance to the Voidbreaker entrance.
What happened?
And they stop you.
What happened?
What's going on?
They're looking at you awkwardly and they don't know what to say.
Can we enter inside?
Nope. And that no was like a mix between a question and an answer.
I turn to the four guards with us. Like, guys, do you know what's going on?
They look at you in puzzlement and they're like, why can't we enter? And the lieutenant says Kaelran's orders. And the guys are like puzzled as much as you are. What the hell do you mean Kaelran's orders?
Where is
You are gonna
Kaelran?
let us in.
I will try to influence them to let us in.
That did not sound like influence.
You want me to speak first and then
This-
roll, or
Well, yeah, speak and that will determine the DC.
Can you please let us inside? I'm on a mission to protect Kaelran. Whatever happens to him, I need to protect him.
Okay, that's not so bad. DC 8. After some consideration, right, they move aside.
Oh, holy shit.
Kaelran is completely bloody. He has blood all over his face, armor, everything. Both of these two Voidbreakers next to him are also bloody. And he is discussing something with them quietly. As he sees you enter, he just stops. And everybody turns towards you.
What happened?
I approach him.
You approach, and as you're approaching, behind you you hear footsteps. And you see Isolde with a couple of Voidbreakers as well. She just walks past you briskly, passes Kaelran, and just does this to Kaelran. To which he replies just with a single nod. And she moves on.
Would you care to explain what is happening?
He looks at you, right, and he says, Voidbreaker business.
I thought I was a Voidbreaker.
DC 8 influence.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yes, you are.
What I tell you now, if you share it with anyone else, it will be my end. Can I trust you?
My
course.
mission here is to protect you.
I do not mean you, Garvin. And you, in those words, Garvin, you know that he trusts you, right, as a brother, right?
Yeah.
He's primarily concerned about you three.
Kaelran, we already discussed this and you know we're on the same side. If we can help you, we will.
But is your service to the one more important than our friendship?
Depends.
now I turn to them.
We can work things out normally. Whatever the case is.
Would you judge a man for something that he has done, which your order would see as a sin, and he would see as an act of righteousness?
By the time I got to know you, I understand that whatever you're doing for your people, not for your own gain. You care about people, and that's why I respect you as much as I do.
And as you know, laddie, if you confess yourself to the Knight of the Ecclestrium, all your sins shall be forgiven. But here is the one. So tell me, what troubles your soul?
Destiny token to Bolin. With a heavy sigh. May the one forgive me, have killed the Dragonkin today.
Just killed a man.
Yeah. Oh god.
Once I realized that the aspirants were attacking, I used the commotion of the attack. Took some of my brothers with me, the ones I trust the most. Entered into the brothel and killed that fucking cunt.
I rushed over.
I smashed his brains with my fucking hands and whipped him to death in front of all the slaves. And I don't fucking feel ashamed. And I don't care what the Ecclesium says about me killing a civilian. I did what I think is right. And I'd do it again. And I freed all those slaves in the brothel. And I've sent them to your dwarf. And a few of my Voidbreakers to lead them back to Hammerdeep. If the leadership of Rezax were to find this, I and the Voidbreakers are done. So can I trust you to keep this a secret?
I see no problem.
Kaelran,
Even though I violated the local laws of the Dragonkin who are allies to the Ecclesium.
Listen, laddie,
you didn't kill a civilian.
doing the Lord's work is never easy. Slavery needs to be abolished, and those that support it are no longer favored by the one. And he
Exactly.
looks favorably upon those who fight against such cruelty.
Justice
So,
must be punished.
blessed be you by the one. Even though it's no sin, I absolve you from all the sins that you think you have done. May you walk the path of righteousness with us, brother.
I am disappointed in one thing and one thing only. Why didn't you bring me with you?
Oracle, you are a knight of the Ecclesium, sworn to uphold all the local laws, especially those of the allies of the Ecclesium.
Or the heretics, you mean?
Listen, brothers. Let us not live in the past. What has been has been. Let us. We have
Even it has been 5 minutes ago!
You have done
We
the
have
Lord
more
good.
pressing matters in front of us that we need to give our attention to.
The adventurers clearly do not blame Kaelran for what he did and move on. They inquire about Veabat and the goblins, and learn from Kaelran that he had sent them to investigate the location where Veabat saw the Shiny, the potential place of the Nosmer headquarters here on the island. The adventurers then ask Kaelran about the Voidbreakers that they saw during the Aspirant attack, the ones they lost at the fields where the peasants of Rezax live. Kaelran is evasive and leaves to clean himself up. The adventurers know that Kaelran knows way more than he is letting on, and ask the rest of the Voidbreaker lieutenants about this. The lieutenants ineffectively play dumb, prompting laughter from both the adventurers and the Voidbreaker gods. As they are discussing this, royal guards of Rezax come barging at the gates of the Voidbreakers. Realizing that Kaelran needs more time to clean up, the adventurers, together with the rest of the Voidbreakers, stall the guards. After about 10 minutes, Kaelran returns. The guards suspect nothing. In fact, they convey a message from the authorities of Rezax. As the number of guards in town is very low, they wish for the Voidbreakers to find and rescue the High Curate. Kaelran agrees, but says it will take some time to organize everything before they can go and properly search for the High Curate. Because of this, Kaelran decides to go and see if he can rush the repairs of Harakal's armor. The adventurers decide to go to the temple once more and accompany Kaelran as he was going in the same direction. Near the temple, Garvin asks Kaelran about his god of death and if he knows more about his nature. Kaelran is once more evasive and blames the voices that Garvin hears to the side effects of his Asdrian binding ritual. During the course of this conversation, Bolin and Arakel find out from Kaelran that he has books about Asdrian binding rituals. Though technically not illegal, possession of such books is highly dangerous. With that, Kaelran leaves to go talk to the blacksmiths, while the adventurers stay and snoop around the temple.
There are guards stationed
All around?
at the entrance. No, just at the entrance of the temple.
Look, guys, I think we kind of all have the same idea here, but we can fully inspect this temple once we get the appropriate paperwork. After that, nobody can stand in our path. So, if we wait for the paperwork, we'll just search the whole thing, the whole lot, and their house. I chuckle.
I was thinking about I can maybe sweet talk them into letting us in.
There is no problem. Why? In a couple of hours, we'll have the paperwork,
Exactly,
and they
don't
will
worry.
be taking the boards down for us.
Okay, I'm gonna just put my hand on the place where Garvan just when he was knocking, it was a metal, right? So I'm gonna just run my hand around there, and I'm gonna cast Identify.
Once again, you feel that this area is under a spell belonging to the illusion school.
Okay, so it's not just inside; it's
Outside
Okay.
as well.
Outside as well.
Of course they're going to mask everything.
Oh, look, the whole
Well-
temple actually looks how it used to look. It's only a fucking huge illusion over everything,
Probably.
making it look different.
Yep.
That's my belief as Bolan. I'm not saying it out loud, but that's what I believe, right? The prominent areas that represent the deity of the one are probably changed, right?
Yeah.
So probably that door even might have some inscriptions and runes.
We're gonna
written down.
dispel that illusion.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck
okay.
yeah.
So are we
I
going
understood
just
that
to this little lovely garden on the side between temple and where the priest sides,
Yeah,
and
we
just
can-
look around what
We
is
can
happening?
go for a sit. There's nice benches and stuff. We can.
You go around the temple, go back to the back garden, right? Look at the area, and you feel at peace. Right.
Good.
Isn't that a lovely
A
feeling
little-
instead of the one
yeah.
which we had earlier?
Just a
mean-
brief moment of peace, a brief moment of respite in this
Don't say
madness
brief.
and in this madness and chaos surrounding you.
Yeah. I mean, the evil man is gone, so it's fine. But we'll bring him back, sadly.
That's what you think.
No, we will bring him back because we get that 3,000 gold, we get the families freed, and
Okay, so I have a question regarding the arcane. It's probably meant for Jametysta. Now, I know that a simple dispel magic spell cannot dispel the areas or stuff that have the permanent effect on it. So what
Yes.
can actually change those things back to as they were?
Do you want to explain, or do you want me to explain?
No, please do explain.
Right, so the Jamie would probably say that she believes that this place is under the illusionary wards ritual. The ritual can mask an area no larger than 1 kilometer in any direction, right? Change its visual appearance, potentially hiding secret passages, entrances, etc. There can be up to 8 illusionary wards that can further change, distort, and mask the area if it is entered by intruders. An unlimited number of creatures may be designated by the original caster of the ritual that are immune to the effects of this spell, right? So they can clearly see it as is if there are such
Okay.
creatures designated. A successful perception check against the save DC of the caster allows creatures to discern the illusions, but each new illusionary ward requires a new save. The only problem with what she's telling you is the following. Oracle got a perception, but the only thing that he kinda discerned was that it might be an illusion. He wasn't able to discern the how truly something looked like. In addition to illusionary words, they must be empowered by something else. Now, while she's discussing this, the first thing that goes through Oracle and Bolan's heads are demons. Because you know from the spirits of the dwarves that the Dragon King consorted with them and used foul demonic magic to basically limit their influence on the material realm.
Use the banner.
She used the banner.
Hey,
No.
Jamie, as you're explaining all of this, you feel the power of the banner surge.
Oh,
So if you smash the banner in front of the altar, the fake altar, maybe you will be able to dispel inside the church.
There are guards.
Yeah, there are guards in front of the temple entrance.
Do they see us from this
you.
point?
No, if you're literally in front of the thing there, right? They can't really see you from here.
Use the banner. Maybe it has enough area.
Okay, I'm gonna just put the banner. I'm gonna smash the banner there.
So you are going to invoke its power.
Well, it's
shit!
we are a little bit
Are we
far
go-
from
are
they.
we
They might
going-
not see. We are on
Let's
the
get
side.
closer.
If
Let's
we
get closer.
start
Front of the
this,
statue.
listen, guys. If we start this, there's going to be a lot of questions, and the probably public will go nuts over this.
Okay, Arakel, my brother in faith, let me ask you this. Are you really going to stand by hiding the truth
No, of course not. my
before
brother.
the innocent people who have been misled into worshipping demons and
Well,
demon?
listen, this shit has already hit the fan. Might as well straight up a bit more.
I say, you see this beautiful place in front of the Dragon King statue.
Yeah, curious place it's soon going to become a beautiful one.
Let us reveal the true statue underneath.
Okay, Jamie, question for you. Do you use the power of the banner? And if you do, where?
Oh, the where is...
Show me with your
Now I'm actually very. Hold on. Where are the guards?
The guards are here.
Right in front of the door?
Yes.
No.
Weary of performing whatever they plan on performing right in front of the Rezax guards, our brave, if reckless adventurers go to the right side of the temple. They approach the area where the altar should be located. Jametysta unleashes the power of the banner. The outside of the temple stays unchanged, but the adventurers suspect that the inside has indeed somehow changed. They look through the small window on the side of the temple and indeed see that the altar now looks different.
Get a glimpse a little bit at the altar, and you notice that it looks different.
Oh, altar is dispelled, boys. Okay, I teleport myself inside.
Okay, you teleport yourself inside, right?
5 experience points!
You see that the altar, the shape of the stonework and everything, right? It remains the same. You can see that the altar here has not actually changed its appearance, and being made of wood, you kind of suspect that this is not the original altar that was here. But the stone, the massive stone behind, oh, that has changed. It no longer it has the same appearance, but it no longer has draconic runes on it. But you clearly recognize.
I can read water. I can read water one.
Oh yeah, you start reading the what is written there in the dwarven inscriptions. Essentially confirm what Bolin told you earlier.
While I was going there, could I have opened the door so that they locked it from inside as well?
They have a keyhole, right? So they're locked by some sort of massive key. You are looking at the inscriptions, right? And you realize that the very top one has one of the most basic prayers to the One taught by the Ecclesium and the dwarves. Some of the words are a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing, right? It's you would assign it to just being a little bit slightly adjusted as the dwarven language changed and modernized, right? So the dialect is a little bit archaic.
Good. Okay.
Now the second row is particularly interesting. It reads the following: in this holy place, the last remains of Saint Duronir the Merciful, he who walked in the presence of the One and lived, reside. And then on the bottom row, You have
Oh my God.
You have other prayers. You have names of the dwarves that gave coin to build this temple, right, and stuff like that. This particular part that says "walked in the presence of the one and lived" is kinda interesting.
Yep.
Absolutely. I kneel. I usher a small prayer.
You teleport outside in Bolin's like, so. What does it say? What does it say?
I put my hand on his shoulder. You were right, my brother. You were right all along. And I start to quote everything.
Yeah.
Like,
You can see that I'm actually crying, you know, from happiness. My eyes are all teared up, like, you know. It's like, you know, I just can't say anything.
we are
Just like,
witnessing
you know.
history, my brother.
Oh yes, you are literally witnessing history, dwarven history, right? That has been lost.
Not only that, the lines walk
shit.
with the one
And lived.
and lived.
This is the core and the beginning of our faith here
Exactly.
in front of us.
Yep, pretty much.
Right,
Pretty much, yeah.
This is something that can only be desired to be seen.
So,
you know?
guys, there is only one explanation to all of this.
What, Garwan?
The one... No, not Garman,
No.
me. The one is obviously a dwarf.
Just give me a moment before we go, and I just lie on the floor on the stove, right? With my spread hands, you know, and face, you know, do it like, you know, and I'm lying like that for 30 seconds or so, you know, and then I kiss the ground, right? And I stand up.
If only you could bring it with you.
It will forever be in my heart. By the way, it's always with me, and I take my little pouch.
The adventurers finally leave the temple. Bolin, Arakal, and Jametysta decide that they will try and contemplate on the banner to try and confirm that the bones of Saint Duranir are actually the bones of the saint that she is looking for. Garvan, baffled by these discoveries, wants to contemplate and try and reach the god of death. They promise to share their findings amongst themselves, should they have any by the time they finish with their contemplations. Back at the Voidbreaker headquarters, before they begin their contemplations, Garvan goes to Kaelran and speaks in private, once more, about the voices that he hears. During their conversation, the two guild brothers renew their pledges of camaraderie and mutual protection. Garvan realizes that Kaelran knows much more than he is letting on. Bolin and Jametysta did not learn much during their contemplation. Arakal, on the other hand, experienced horrible visions of the future and eventually, after Bolin and Jametysta fail to calm him down, runs off screaming about a Nosmer invasion. Unable to catch up with him, the rest of the group decides to go to bed. Arakal should be fine anyways. He is, after all, in Rezax and not in immediate danger.
Tomorrow morning, right? Arakal wakes you up with a crazed look in his eyes.
Let's get up. We need to go. Come on, get up, all of you, now, get up, now.
I should have at least an hour or two of sleep more.
No, they're coming. We need to go.
Who's coming?
Ready your weapons.
Who's coming?
I put him to sleep.
Can I parry him?
No, actually, you were too busy trying to wake them up, right? So, yeah, let's say Garvan knocked you out. 3 hours later, you wake up, all of you. Okay, Arakal, you've calmed a bit.
Now Garwan is actually happy because he had a sleep.
What's going on?
Yeah, you look around and you see everything is intact.
Like, I see Jametysta like in one piece, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you're alive! And I instantly hug her, like, out of nowhere. Like, you're alive!
What is happening?
Bolin, like, he's alive as well.
What
Yeah.
happened to you?
Good.
What did
You're
you
alive.
see?
After our contemplation, well, let's just say that I wasn't with you, and basically I witnessed a horrible vision It was a little bit surreal. The Nosmer were attacking. They actually conquered the Rezax. You, Jametysta, you were massacred. This whole building was burning. Bolon, you were cut in two.
So you had a vision of the possible outcome of the
Of our mission. If you fail this.
if we fail our mission. It's troubling.
Did you seen any powerful artifacts by any chance?
Joseph, did I see anything?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did not see your banner with you. I mean, actually, you
The last
were there.
time I had
I'm
the
sorry to
last-
say, but you were there, and over there. So, and Bolon was the one part there and one part over there.
Kaelran enters into the room. Rise and shine.
And
Time
we
to
are already up.
eat. Time to eat and time to go.
Kaelran, do you have a second? Can you just wait a little bit? We need to talk about something. Yes,
Yeah.
we were all contemplating, thinking about things, trying
It
to resolve
began
them.
yesterday when we went for a stroll.
Oh god.
Somehow ended
You see Kaelran worried as soon as you said we went on a stroll, right? To which you continue, we somehow ended by the temple. To which he's really worried then.
And you close the door then.
So he closes the door, per Jametista's suggestion, and with a worried face looking at Bolon. What did you do now?
So, Kaelran, I have a question. Can you tell me something about the temple?
The temple?
Yes.
No, not much. I did sense that there are certain like faint traces of magic on it. A couple
Faint
of times.
traces?
Yeah.
Have you ever been inside?
No, I'm not particularly interested in dragon worship, to be honest.
The Temple of the One.
Yes, I've heard Bolon saying that 7 months
No,
ago.
no.
Listen,
No,
Andy,
It actually is.
listen,
Yeah.
what happened, right? We went for a stroll, so we got to the temple, right? So we
He
were
does
kind
this,
of
right?
walking around, admiring the magnificent
Dwarven stone, right?
dwarven base of the statue, right? Which is still seen.
He's waiting for the part that's gonna bite him in the ass, right?
So when all of a sudden Lady Jametysta felt this power emanating from the banner, just kind of almost pulling her to use it in the temple itself, right? So we kind of encircled the building, searching for a favorable position to do so. She evoked the power of the banner and kind of smashed it into the ground, So this celestial energy emanated from the banner itself and took off one of the illusionary wards that was placed behind the fake altar of the heretic demon worshipping god, and it revealed its true face and magnificence. So I tell him how what the inscription actually reads about the saint
Duronir?
Duronir, yes, the merciful and all of that. So I also explain how there's other illusionary wards, but we cannot yet use the power of the banner to take them all down. So basically it is still a temple of the one that is by illusions made to look like a the Draconic worshipping temple, right?
Oh man.
Now,
Oh man, the
So,
reaction is priceless.
now there is kind of a slight precarious situation going on with the Dragon Queen actually entered this morning the temple itself to go for their morning prayer. There is gonna be all this glory of the one waiting for them. I just wanted to let you know about the situation if anybody asks.
Nobody saw us being there.
He's like
So Kaelran,
clenching his fist, right, and biting his hand. As he's doing that from the outside. From the outside, you can hear Dragonkin shouting. They desecrated the temple! They desecrated the temple!
Kaelran the banished.
So did he
We're
left the
gonna-
room?
Did desecrate
No,
the temple.
no, he's still in the room doing this, you know.
Here's another thing. So Nosmer might be just right outside of the door, attacking soon.
I kind of hope at this stage.
Kaelran, listen. We could blame this on aspirants.
Yeah, yeah. The aspirants, the cult that is officially blamed to be trying to invoke the draconic deity of death, right? Yeah. Those are surely the ones that made all those dedicated inscriptions.
Well,
to the one.
if anything, nobody saw us.
Yeah, explain the fucking mob outside. And with this, we will end the session. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. I have no idea how the beginning of the next session will look like, but it's definitely gonna be interesting.
So you're saying when I thought it's gonna go back to the previous look. I didn't know we were gonna do it.
No, we need
If
to...
I knew, I might have just, do the front. I wouldn't like
Now
them to
reveal
know.
the statue of the Saint Vermil.
Ay. Isn't that lovely?
Oh yeah, you dispelled
Good,
one
I
of the
know
words, yeah?
it was us.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to find
Listen,
out.
you can prove them. Actually, for the next session, you can dispel against something else. Like here it is.
Yeah, I
didn't do
can't.
anything.
It
Yeah,
depends on the banner.
that's an interesting notion, Arakel. And we will see how it
Yep.
will go in
They
the
might
next
be-
session.
They may think I am putting a spell on it instead of
Exactly.
dispelling.
Exactly, but I have another question that is kind of technical nature. Is she by this stage attuned to Kaelran so he can travel the immaterial plane as well?
Since he's getting my knowledge about me and I know what he did, that kind of makes us body.
He will kinda need to go to immaterial realm.
As you can see, my dear viewers, things at the very end got kind of interesting, so we'll definitely see how it goes during the next session. I hope you had as much fun watching this as we did playing it, and we'll see you next time. Godspeed, adventurers.